How you guys doing? I kind of like the moment that we are in and the mood of celebration, compliment of the season wherever you are watching from, and I wish you happy new year in advance. Actually, there's an information that I want to share with you. I want you to think. I don't want you to be emotional about it. Okay. So I saw a movie last night, and I think you should see the movie too. And I want your reaction on the movie. Don't be emotional about it. I just want you to think. Take a moment and think about the transition that is taking place in the world. Where do you think we will be in the next 15, 20 years with the advancement of technology? Okay, so the title of the movie is Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up. If you are looking for a sci-fi movie, it's not a sci-fi movie. Although the title may look as if it's a sci-fi movie, and then when you look it up on Google, you may be getting reviews that makes it look as if it's a sci-fi movie, but it's not. Okay, so but there's something about the movie about two scientists. One is a professor, a doctor, that is an astronomer. He discovers something, and the other one is a student, Kate by name. In the movie, Kate, she discovered that there's a comet coming into the Earth, something bigger than the Earth that could actually be the end of humanity. So she told the professor that she was a PhD student. In the movie, she's a PhD student, and the professor was her teacher. So she shared the idea with the professor, and the professor had to call somebody in charge of NASA, and the person reached out to the White House. So when they got to the White House, so many events played out, and one of the events that played out at that White House, the president, a female president, didn't attend to them. She was so concerned about birthday. She was concerned about winning the next election. And what you see there is politicians create a kind of distractions for their benefit. Okay, so you should understand that they stayed all through the day, and they had to come the next day before she could attend to them. And when she attended to them, she was not even getting what they were saying. She didn't take it seriously. Actually, the statement she said is, you should sit tight and assess. Two prominent scientists are giving you information about the end of the world, and the only thing she could say, sit tight and assess. Okay, so later on in the movie, you will discover that I discovered, and I want you to do your own discovery yourself. I discovered that a general in the White House actually sold the snacks to this scientist. A general in the White House. You see, one beautiful thing about movies these days is that they are not mainly for you to get excited. They are meant for you to think. Just as I saw in James Bond movie, the latest James Bond movie, 007. A scientist said to the other scientist, actually the other scientist brought a snack to the office, that's to the lab, and at the lab the other scientist took the snack and used it as an experiment. So when this other scientist was looking for the snack, he discovered that it has been labeled as a specimen for a science project. And the owner of the snack said to the other guy, he said, one day I'm going to put Ebola in your food and I will watch you bleed to death. See that statement? It may just be something like a movie, but what if Ebola was actually created to target some specific number of people, some tribe of people, some continent of people? And that's a story for another day. But look at that movie, Don't Look Up. Movies are not just about merriment, enjoyment. That general sold a free snack at the White House to them, to these scientists. That tells you that politicians will take what belongs to you and ask you to pay for it. Okay, so the idea of Don't Look Up is, the comment was coming. These scientists were telling the people that they should look up and prepare for the worst things of their life, the worst nightmare of their life. And the politicians keep saying, don't look up. And that scientist, Peter, by the name in that movie, sponsored, I think contributed 70% of the campaign fund of the president, the female president. So they are allies. And that guy, see, there are so many angles to this movies. I just got so many messages from this movie. I want you to see it, and I need you to drop me a comment, your reactions at Coach_Aj on Twitter, Coach_Aj on Instagram, Aj Emmanuel on Facebook. I want to see what you are able to deduce from this movie. Okay, so that Peter now owns a telecommunication company. He invented mobile phones, and these mobile phones made decisions for their owner even without the owner's command. So this Peter is actually controlling people with his invention. Okay, so in the long run, towards the end of the movie, the world actually ended. Okay, and what if I told you that this rich dude, they had everything planned? You know what happened? They flied out of space, out of Earth, and moved to another planet. Okay, and the poor masses died. Okay, so the president, Peter, and some rich folks, they flied out of the continent, Earth, and moved out of Earth, rather, planet Earth, and moved to another planet. So at the end of everything, the poor guys, the knowledgeable guys died, but the rich folks flied out. Okay, so politicians, these powerful people, they don't want you to look up to see them. They want you to look within yourself. Meanwhile, the solution is up there, is not really within yourself. So one other thing I noticed in that movie is the fact that they both died as well, because the planet they moved to, they met with strange creatures there, and they both died. But I want you to consider what gives people power in this current dispensation. I think knowledge is not enough to make you powerful. Money is. Okay, the few people that controls the world are not necessarily the most brilliant of minds. Okay, they are the most powerful because they have the money. They control the stories. Okay, and there's another role that the media plays in that movie. Just go see the movie. I think I'm telling you everything. Go see that movie. The media played a very strange role in that movie too. And two other things I want to share with you. I saw this moment ago on the internet from one Matthew about the movie, and I want you to really consider what this person posted. I don't know if the person is a female or a male. The person submitted, I unironically thought the end of the movie was beautiful, while everyone else on the planet was clamoring to find the best way to spend the last moment of their lives. Mindy, Kate, and the rest of the family acknowledged that true fulfillment is found in accepting the reality of life's transient and family. Over a simple family dinner, they show how, regardless of their fears and uncertainties, it is compassion, forgiveness, and an appreciation for the supposedly insignificant things that provide meaning when your time is being spent with people. I think he or she made a mistake there, that when your time is spent with people who love you and accept you as you are. Because Peter, is one of the guy that created the mobile phones in that movie, actually predicted Randall's death and said he's going to die alone, and he actually changed. So this is so crazy. Okay, and also the soundtrack at the end of it is so beautiful, and I want you to go download it and listen to it too. Yeah, the soundtrack is Second Nature by Iver. You should check the sound. But most important, so guys, I really don't want you to be emotional about anything. Just take your time to think. Okay, where do you see the world in the next 15, 20, 30, 50 years? Okay, where do you think we will be? What will be the nature of gadgets and appliances and everything? Okay, so 5 years ago, do you know what Elon Musk said? He said, in the next 5 years, we are going to plant a chip in the brain of humans that can download their consciousness. Do you know what happened?
it is 4 years already, and they just announced it last 2 weeks that they are going to make it commercial next year. So it's 5 years already. So next year you may see somebody that will actually communicate with someone else without actually talking. That's where technology has advanced to, and you are still here getting emotional about things. So go see that movie and drop me a comment at coach_aj on Twitter, coach_aj on Instagram, at aj Emmanuel on Facebook. Okay, thank you. I love you so much. Compliment of the season once again. Happy New Year.